past the infinite darkness. The encrypted channel chimes flatly. Commander, incoming comms request from the Earl. The commander falls silent for a moment, as if keeping their emotions in check. Patch it through. They straighten their uniform, the fatigue on their faces is replaced by the usual composure. Turning to the terminal, a figure appears on the screen, familiar yet somehow distant now. Sir, do you have instructions? Allow me to congratulate you, Commander. You have brought honor to yourself and GNK in Frankfurt. The Earl's voice is as steady as ever, betraying nothing. Thank you. Are there any details regarding the mission that I should be aware of? The commander emphasizes the word details. They are perfectly aware that the Earl would never call simply out of courtesy. Your mission is over, Commander. What more is there to know? Once you return to Berlin, perhaps we can share a drink with Krieger. Is that so? But I don't think it's over. The mastermind, Carter, is dead. How could it not be over? The commander slams their palm onto the console. The screen flickers from the impact. The abrupt motion cuts the Earl off mid-sentence. You know exactly what I mean, Earl. As long as Paradeus and William still live, this is not over. But you have done your part, Commander. The Earl's tone hardens. Leave the rest to me. And what will you do? Absorb Paradeus? Recruit William? Whitewash everything he's done and pretend none of it happened? Watch your words, Commander. The Earl's brow finally furrows. I can tolerate your emotional outbursts for now, but I'd walk the battlefields long before your military career even began. But you haven't seen one in far too long. You no longer see the sacrifices on the battlefield. The commander's voice rises sharply, thick with the weight of blood and fire. The ones who died because of the Iyasus boxes, the ones used as test subjects by Paradeus. Did they ever exist in your eyes? Were they nothing but necessary sacrifices to you? William's life is worth more than all of theirs, isn't it? The URNC is about to be formed. Oberstein and Carter will take the blame for everything. This is the greatest consolation we can offer the dead. Would you ignite war in the coming age of peace, Commander? The dead don't argue as eloquently as you do. The commander's voice turns ice cold. The peace you speak of is built on lies and corpses, a collapsing castle in the air. I will not accept that. Neither will the dead of Frankfurt. Enough. For the first time, anger surfaces in the Earl's expression. Commander, you are too young. So young, you think yourself invincible. So young, you forget who gave you the might to speak with such self-assurance. I may be young, but I've never forgotten what I'm fighting for. The commander straightens slowly, meeting the Earl's gaze without flinching. I am willing to fight and even give my life without hesitation. But Paradeus and William must face retribution for what they have done. There can be no compromise. Krieger's indulgence has made you forget your place. It's time you were reminded how the world works. The screen goes dark. The call is cut. The commander releases their grip on the deformed sofa armrest and rubs their throbbing temples. Just then, the Elmo's main power cuts out instantly. Emergency lights flicker twice and die. In a heartbeat, absolute darkness and silence engulf the command room. Commander, the power systems are completely offline. Auxiliary power is locked by remote authority. We have lost control of the vehicle. Anything else? Every T-Doll manufactured by IOP has been forcibly shut down. I can't reach any of them. Get me Javier. And send a general call. Assemble everyone we can still reach in the ops room. A holographic projection on the communicator flickers to life. Javier appears, his expression weary. Commander, I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. So you know what's happened. The Nidhogg Protocol. Has Kryuger mentioned it to you? A what? The ultimate failsafe within the IOP GNK framework. Once activated, all cooperation between IOP and GNK will cease. This protocol will shut down all IOP-made dolls. It will forcibly revoke your command authority. So it's been activated. Not a question, just a statement. Javier sighs. Technically, I should have been the one to execute it. I tried to contact you right after your call with the Earl. But the Earl beat you to it and gave the order himself. Looks like I properly pissed him off. The silence on the other end of the line is answer enough. I just hope you'll cool your head, Commander. I've watched you come this far, and I know how hard-won your achievements are. Considering the current situation, going back to the Neo-Soviet Union may be the best move now. Even if I have nothing left, I will never give up the hunt for William. Someone has to do it. And right now, that someone is me. I don't want you doing anything foolhardy, especially when I cannot help you. However, I can see that nothing I say will change your mind, just as nothing will change the Earl's. Take care, Commander. Man, poor guy, he's always in the middle of it. Evening girls falling too. Only a handful of figures remain inside the ops room on board the Elmo, illuminated by the dim light of the systems that have been rebooted by bypassing remote control access. Squad 404, Task Force Defh, Squad Hume, AR Team. Not even 20 dolls, that's all that's left of the Elmo's fighting force. Commander, all the dolls that can be contacted are gathered here. The commander nods, their gaze sweeping over each familiar face calmly. The Earl has locked down all IOP dolls and systems. Javier suggests I return to the Neo-Soviet Union or talk things over with the Earl to turn things around. Moonlight spills through the viewport, casting cold shadows across the commander's face. Their eyes burn with the resolve to see things through to the end. We have lost all support. We stand against the entire world, against the outcome that's already been decided. But I'm not going back. I will find William and eradicate Paradeus. The commander draws the Makarov that Nele had returned, chambers around with a sharp click and holsters it. No matter the cost, no matter the future, I'm doing this for those they have butchered. Even if it's a one-way trip to hell, I won't turn back. Silence, then the dolls answer the commander's declaration with resolve in their eyes. The AR team will always fight at your side, even in hell. I promise 15 would crush Paradeus, save us a seat on that ride. I can't let you run off to hell with your unsettled death, so count us in too. Whatever your decision is, we stand with you. I said I would bear witness to your ending, so I will watch you as your journey to hell. You lot, this might be my last mission. And even if we win, there won't be any real victors. Then we must make sure the operation plan is watertight. Haha, hell's already pretty overpopulated. Let's send them ahead. Watching the dolls discuss how they should proceed, the commander knows what this signifies. Trust and a vow to live and die together. Near the Stasi headquarters. Commander, Styx's signal disappeared in the white zone. This is the Stasi headquarters. I suspect she's gone underground. Commander, the underground is part of the white zone. The Stasi's intelligence servers are located below the surface. AQ-12 has been there before. 45 and 9, handle the access. No problem, but I will need to manually maintain the breach as the system requires real-time authentication. We'll have to stay topside where the signal is stable while you infiltrate the building. Under UMP-45's interference, the Stasi's security collapses momentarily and the doors open. With a nod, the commander leads the team into the elevator. I'm counting on you for the rest of the operation. Catch you later. UMP-9 rushes forward and gives the commander a bear hug before running back to join UMP-45. Stay safe, Commander. Heh, we have done plenty of legwork for you, Commander. What's one more thing? The heavy metal doors slowly close, leaving the UMP sisters on the other side. Now then, shall we get to work? I don't want to miss the final showdown. You bet. White Zone, Stasi Data Center Sector. Commander, what is it? This is the Beasting Systems Data Center. The commander stares blankly at the countless servers around them, unable to grasp it at first. Beasting? This is the server hub for the Beasting system? That certainly explains a lot of things. In an instant, countless clues come together inside the commander's head, forming into a cold, harsh truth. So that's it. The Stasi has been working with Paradeus all along. No wonder their intel on Paradeus was so accurate. Which means Styx. Oh? Looking for me, Commander? Metal spikes erupt from behind a column and come hurtling towards the commander's group. STAR-15 raises her weapon and shoots down all the incoming projectiles, but more metal spikes coming flying straight toward the commander from the pillar on the opposite end. AK-15 steps forward and intercepts all the metal spikes with their bare hands. They don't leave even left a scratch on her. Show yourself. Boy Mastina joins the fray. Ooh, you really are the ace of Task Force Defh. Impressive. Styx slowly steps out from the shadows behind the pillar, followed by several black and white NATOs. She idly toys with a strange shimmering whip in her hand. Commander, I didn't expect you to actually come. However, Father has more important matters to attend to. He has no time to entertain an uninvited guest. You all, go. No, that won't do. GRG-11, who has been tense until now, somehow regains her composure. The usual drowsiness in her eyes is gone, replaced by an uncharacteristically cold edge. If she's guarding this place, then there must be someone even stronger further below. At least that one called Morido. She's definitely stronger than her. You're the strongest among us. It's way too early for you to clock out. I'll stay behind. What? Mekti stepping up. GRG-11. When that idiot 416 gets back, I'm going to give her an earful. But before then, I need to do something that will make even her impress. Besides, the first billet to show up is usually the weakest one, right? Brat, you think you can stop me? The eerie whip slices through the air with a sharp crack, lashing straight toward Mekti. But what counters it is a violent barrage from STA-AR-15. Ha, fine, I'll stay too. Oh! You're ruining my badass moment. Leave this to us, Commander. Right, I'm counting on you. Star 15 steps forward, standing shoulder to shoulder with Mekti. Whatever, let's make this quick, okay? The sooner we're done, the sooner I can catch a break. Star 15 swaps magazines with crisp efficiency. Of course. What an unlikely duo. Deeper within the white zone. Please don't worry, Commander. Mekti and Star 15 are both Griffin elites. Mere NATOs won't be enough to overwhelm them. The Commander nods. The plan had already accounted for Paraday's interference, but the early appearance of someone like Styx means the enemies ahead will be even more formidable. In addition, we just intercepted a piece of key intel about the final step of Project Valkyrie. Valkyrie? The final step? A surgery. The final surgery. Everything they need is now in place. Commander, UMP-45... Oh, screw it. Leva and Lena's operation has encountered resistance. They may need more time. Understood. Patch their comms directly into my channel. Deep within the white zone, a narrow corridor stretches into darkness. There are no forks, only a sealed metal door at the far end. Commander, that's... Before she can finish, darkness suddenly falls. Electronic warfare, all units, defensive measures. Ramen. Heh, finally, a guest. AK-12, already cloned, intercepts Brahmin's electronic attack and instantly drives her blade toward her. With infrared vision, Alva's gunfire has already locked onto the target. Brahmin leaps back, evading the barrage, retreating to the standard NATOs lying in ambush near the door. Looks like it's our turn to shine. Commander, give this to me and 94. Keep our commander safe. Boy Mastina nods, her gaze unwavering. AK-12 lightly fist bumps Boy Mastina's chest armor as a wordless farewell. Brahmin does not stop them. She simply watches as the commander's group advances down the corridor ahead. Brahmin, you seem more pliant than the rumor suggests. I thought you tried to interfere. Don't misunderstand, AK-12. Opportunities to have some fun with Defh alone don't come often. And interfere, why would I do something so gentle? Brahmin stretches, then licks her lips. I'd really like Boy Mastina to see the way you kill yourselves later. AK-12's eyes snap open. Uh-oh. Now that sounds more like what I've heard. In that case, I hope you can last long enough for this to be fun. Made her open her eyes. Beyond the shattered doors, the battlefield expands into a massive laboratory. Commander, according to Intel, the final surgery of Project Valkyrie is taking place here. But it seems Styx and Brahmin aren't the only ones present. A familiar figure descends from above. We meet again, Commander. This bitch. As she makes her entrance, a wave of black and white NATOs come pouring in from every corridor. Despair tightens around the throat of the small and hopelessly outnumbered squad. Isn't your party a bit too small? What, has the Great Griffin already disbanded? The commander's expression does not change. Their gaze doesn't even linger on Morido. It passes straight through her, locking onto the deeper corridor behind her. The man is down there. Morido thinks she understands this Griffin commander hailed as a hero. Brave, composed, kind, every positive adjective can be used to describe them, just like Angelia. But the commander has changed. Those eyes are filled with raw, unmasked hatred and murderous rage. You done? The commander speaks quietly, but the words chill even a veteran like Morido. Go. The moment the command is given, Boy Mastina lunges forward like a shell. Her punch crashes down like a battering ram. Morido barely manages to block the attack with her mechanical claws. Boy Mastina pivots instantly, her kick slamming into Morido, whose mechanical claws are just a little too slow to deflect it properly. Even though the kick does not land with full force, it's enough to send her flying. Boy Mastina glances back at the commander, awaiting their order. Kill her. Understood. Just as Boy Mastina locks onto her target, a flash of white moves faster than sound, lunging from the shadows toward the commander like a phantom, only to be driven back by a roaring shotgun blast. Paradeus rats, think you can strike now that Boy Mastina is occupied? You really don't take me seriously enough. Hebe. Is now the time to make our entrance, Commander? All yours. Stevens M520, AR-818, send that scurrying white rat to hell. Roger that. Pro, Soppo. Clear the path forward. Yes, Commander. No problem. I've been itching to tear them apart. Back with the ERT, huh? The sound of gunfire, explosions and tearing metal weave together into a chaotic cacophony as the laboratory becomes a merciless grinder. At first, the dolls manage to hold the line with their excellent performance on the battlefield. But the overwhelming numbers cannot be overcome by skill alone. One by one, they're wounded. One by one, they fall. Each pushes their frame and neural cloud to the limit. Yet there's seemingly no end to the waves of incoming enemies. A black NATO slips through and strikes at the commander's flank. A hand appears and catches the blade barehanded, sending sparks flying. With a twist of her wrist, Soppo rips the NATO's arm clean off. She kicks it away before riddling it with bullets. Don't you dare come near the commander, you trash! Another white NATO's blade pierces through her shoulder from behind. Go to hell. You bastard! You bastard! You bastard! Soppo whirls around and headbutts her attacker right in the face. Then she bites into her throat when, with the blood-curdling crunch, tears it apart. More NATO swarm her, blades plunging into her frame. Go to hell. Die! But she does not stop. She doesn't even slow. She grabs their weapons and snaps them with a furious howl, then pummels the NATOs with the blunt weapons. Even as her body becomes a pincushion, she does not fall back. Not a single step. Louder. Louder! Ha ha ha! Soppo. Robelia fends off the enemies close to her and tries to reach Soppo. But Soppo is pierced through the chest and collapses limply to the floor. Morido appears behind her, retracting her mechanical claw. What a squealer. I'm not letting anyone through to disturb fodder. A gust of force strikes from the side. Morido dodges out of reflex, just in time to avoid the mangled white NATO thrown toward her. Boy Mastina follows with a kick, destroying Mordo's mechanical claw before she can steady herself. Going somewhere? Boy Mastina glances at Soppo, who is struggling to stand. After a moment of silent deliberation, she decides against pursuing Mordo further. Instead, she plants herself in front of Soppo, holding the line against the swarm. I can handle it. With Boy Mastina repelling most of the NATOs, a brief opening appears toward the operating theater. Commander, the path is clear! Good. Standing at the entrance of the passage, the commander turns around to look back. The lab is now a hellish sight. Soppa is trying to stand with broken legs. Boy Mastina is fighting both Morido and Countess NATOs alone. Robelia takes damage while covering the commander's approach to the passage entrance. AR-18 and Stevens M520 are still battling hard at the other end of the lab. All this was started because of him. Robelia, stay and help the others. Commander, we don't know what's ahead. It's okay. You have done enough. I've finished this. The commander looks at Raw. This usually sentimental doll seems to be struggling to find the words to express her feelings. We'll wait for you. Right. Hopefully we'll get to go home together. A promise that will never come true. The commander unlocks the safety on their handgun. They advance toward the operating theater without looking back. Behind them, Robelia stands stalwartly at the choke point, blocking the entrance with her petite frame. In the face of another wave of NATOs, she readies all the weapons and explosives she is carrying. Now, count up your sins! The commander goes down the passage filled with smoke and littered with corpses, then kicks open the door at the end. The lab reeks of disinfectant and blood. The man has his back to the commander as he slams his fist angrily on the operating table. Why? Why did it fail? It should have been flawless. Why won't you respond? William. On the table lies a familiar figure, but she appears to be utterly lifeless. Where did it go wrong? Should I have done the wedge differently? William paces over to a chair and slumps into it. He grabs his hair in despair. That face, that expression, he behaves as if all creatures big and small must obey him. It's nauseating, aggravating, infuriating. The commander's last remaining shred of reason snaps in a blaze of hatred. William. William looks up. You are. No words, no verdict. Only gunfire spews from the commander's Makarov. But the bullets are deflected mid-air by two black NATOs that appear out of nowhere. The commander reloads without pause, then keeps firing relentlessly at the parts of William's body that the NATOs cannot defend. Bullets whiz through the air, grazing William. One of the NATOs throws herself over him to shield him completely, while the other lunges at the commander with her sharp blades. Roll, shoot, dodge. The commander fights with everything they have, pushing their human body to its very limit, but is still overcome by the black-clad figure. Their pistol is knocked out of their hand, and they're pinned securely to the cold hard ground. What a nuisance. William kicks the NATO shielding him aside impatiently. He slowly climbs to his feet, walks over and peers down at them. You came to kill me. You shouldn't have any dolls left. He pulls out the commander's communicator and scrolls through it. I see. A handful of non-IOP stragglers. But you honestly think you could come after me with just this lot? That's a bit insulting, don't you think? I've always been interested in you. Here to discuss the new world with me. I'd love to hear what your corpse has to say about that. The commander looks up defiantly, the fire still burning in their eyes. And how are you going to kill me? With those broken dolls of yours? You're nothing but vermin feeding off my brilliance. You have won a handful of honors and achievements, and now you consider yourself my equal? William walks toward the doorway with open disdain. Moments later, a white NATO, her body devastated yet still capable of movement, steps in and hands him something. William takes it casually, weighs it in his hand twice, then tosses it at the commander's feet. It's a battered, blood-stained loudspeaker, taken from Robelia not long ago. It's now warped beyond recognition, smeared with enough blood to tell the story of the brutal fight its owner has just endured. Your little hero, let's pretend, ends here, Commander. I don't have time to keep playing games with you. She's waiting for me. The commander breaks free from the black NATO's restraint, picks up the damaged loudspeaker and carefully wipes away the grime with their sleeve. They clip it behind them, then retrieves the communicator William had thrown aside. Nearly all dials are offline. Robelia, Soppo. A final faint signal crackles through the comms. This is 9, Commander. Mission accomplished. But in order to cover me, 45 just... Lena's voice is broken, uneven. She's clearly in bad shape. I'm on the rooftop now, Commander. The enemy will reach me soon. Looks like we missed the final showdown after all. No, Lena. We've been fighting together all along. That's exactly what 45 said. The sound of a door being stormed and the chaos that ensues can be heard from her end. Alright, this is it, Commander. I will leave the rest to you. Sure, leave it to me. The connection cuts out, and the final signal vanishes. The world falls completely silent. William walks back over, patting the commander's shoulder like an old friend. What's wrong? Have you given up, Commander Griffin? What happened to your plan? Your hope? Weren't you going to hear what my corpse has to say? Hey. You're standing too close. Without warning, the commander's fist slams into William's face. Blood bursts from his features. The NATOs in the room instantly subdue the commander again, but a silver ring slips from their hand. What? A blinding white light devours everything. Why, thank you for destroying my eyes, your funny one. On the rooftop of the Stasi headquarters. Violent tremors surge from deep underground, as if the black dragon Nidhogg has broken his chains and begun tearing at the roots of Yggdrasil. Lena lies collapsed on the ground, her frame damaged beyond repair. The enemies around her falter in panic at the apocalyptic scene. She tilts her head back, gazing at the dim sky, a quiet relieved smile on her face. Such a chore, planting all those explosives, but at least the plan worked. Commander, Leva, we'll be seeing each other again soon, right? Seconds later, the Stasi headquarters erupts in a massive chain explosion centered on the elevator shaft. Flames surge upward from below like Certus' sword of fire, devouring floor after floor, turning the entire building into a towering inferno before it collapses in a thunderous roar. The order of the old world, along with all its sins, is reduced to ashes. The flames of annihilation rise into the night like a brief dying sun. All of Paradeus and the Stasi's secrets, along with the remains of those nameless heroes, are buried forever beneath the ruins. A comet strikes the moon, a white rainbow pierces the sun. You have never lacked dignity or courage. For your ideals, no matter how torn the path ahead, you press forward without hesitation. The idea of practicing prudence and self-preservation seems almost like a luxury you'll never afford yourself. Like Icarus flying toward the sun, like Achilles charging into Troy. However, dying for one's belief is easy. Living according to them, that is far harder. You should not have met your end here in such a careless exchange for a life unworthy of your sacrifice. Nevertheless, I will remember your epitaph. Life is so short. You only have enough time to become a brave soul. Bad ending 01. What?